All right, 345, 97.3 ESPN, coming to Wildwood's Convention Center September 5th in Wildwood, New Jersey. It is the WWE, including our next guest, who is the Intercontinental Champion. You saw him at SummerSlam, Raw last night. He's taping SmackDown tonight in Rhode Island. He is the IC Champion, Ryback, and he joins me now on 97.3 ESPN. Welcome aboard, champ. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you guys for having me today.
No problem, man. It's good to catch up with you and people who are fans, viewers out there. I'm sure know a lot about your story, but I think you're a real interesting guy. You know, the way you really burst on the scene and then kind of went away for a little bit and have worked yourself back up. It's had to have been a kind of a whirlwind a couple of years for you in being in the WWE, which is a tough lifestyle to begin with, but you've really had some high highs, downs, and now, man, you've got yourself back up to being the Intercontinental Champion.
Absolutely. You know, I was very thankful to be able to return from a serious ankle and leg injury where I was told I was never going to wrestle again, and to overcome that and come back into the WWE in 2012 and to burst onto the scene and essentially get put in the main event really early on in my WWE career. And I felt do very, very well and was very well received. And as fast as it happened, it was almost like it was taken away just as fast. And it was one of those situations where to this day, I don't agree with it at all. And there are a lot of things that play with that, with people that are no longer here who played a big part of that happening. But I told Vince this myself. I worked my ass off, and I overcame it. I could have went in there and tried to fight it a different way, and I just chose to do it with hard work and keeping my mouth shut, eating what they were feeding me, even if I didn't like it at the time. And you can't say no to hard work, and the people respect that, and the energy that I put into this, and the passion and the heart, and I feel this, and I was able to overcome it. It's a great feeling.
I'll tell you, it's amazing because when you came on, now I'm a fan. I watch all the time. I follow you guys. You know, I got the network. You know, I'm at the live events when you're here. I was at the Royal Rumble in Philly. When you came on in 2012, 2013 as Ryback, when you returned, yeah. I couldn't remember a crowd that went more insane for a guy that, you know, was kind of, you know, a part of this group and didn't really stand out in that particular group. And then all of a sudden you get repackaged and here's this guy and the place is going bonkers. And then they just kind of took that away from me. I was it had to be a very tough thing for you, but for you to kind of reinvent yourself now to get back to where you are, it has to be very gratifying.
Oh, absolutely it is. And, you know, being Ryback, you know, I came into the WWE with the Nexus and with NXT originally as a whole other thing, and I wasn't myself. Ryback is me, and that was my creation from the start, my vision. And WWE gave me an opportunity and helped me refine that vision a little bit. And I think that's why it was so well received, because it was an extension and is an extension of my personality. Obviously, just turned up, and to be received that way that early on, you know, by the WWE universe, and then to kind of switch roles, and that was a tough pill to swallow. And but I'm grateful for the experience because it taught me a lot. And things aren't always going to go your way here, but because there's no doubt in my mind that I could be the man here and be the guy, and to be the guy that the company builds everything else around, because I'm that type of person, and I have that type of work ethic, and that is my ultimate goal. And it's going to happen one way or the other. It's just a matter of when. But to kind of have that all stripped away and to say, no, this isn't going to happen, at least not right now, it was very humbling, and it motivated me and made me even hungrier. And I've evolved so much more from the person that I was just a few years ago. So I'm thankful for the entire process.
WWE Intercontinental Champion Ryback, he'll be in Wildwood September 5th. It's a Saturday at the Convention Center at 7:30, and in WWE Live, if you've never been, always a great time. And, of course, in the Wildwoods, a very small, very intricate venue, so you get to be really up close and personal with the guys. You just did SummerSlam, which is, maybe behind WrestleMania, the next biggest event you guys have. But, I mean, I wonder where you were, and then being a part of SummerSlam as the Intercontinental Champion, what was a higher high for you, being an Intercontinental Champion at SummerSlam or being in the main event, wrestling, John Cena when you first come on the scene and CM Punk back then?
Right now I'm having, a lot of fun right now, and I take having this Intercontinental Championship very serious. And for me, it's a goal that I'm trying to not only elevate myself again right now back to the main event level and being the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, but one of my goals is to raise this Intercontinental Championship, elevate it, and make it the important title that it is. And that solely relies on me and how I conduct myself and how I defend this thing and hold on to it. So for me right now, this is a very gratifying experience, and I look at it as I have the number 2 championship in the company, and I'm going to make it that, and I'm going to carry that on to eventually, hopefully, my goal to WrestleMania, where I eventually want to become the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. But I got a lot of work to do with this right now. But looking back and, being in those main events, especially back in 2012 when I got put into the main event scene when John Cena got injured, that was very rewarding for me personally, because that was the company telling me they trusted me to close the show. A guy that has not proven himself in that role yet, where you have to take a chance because we needed somebody to step up and to go out there and do that and to deliver time in and time out and get the job done and hang in the ring with these main eventers. For me, it was a huge confidence boost for me and let me know for sure. I knew I belonged here already, but to go out there and to deliver in that position, it just reaffirmed that to me that I do belong here. So both are very gratifying, rewarding in different ways.
Well, I'll tell you, when you came out, again, we talked about the energy, and the energy in the building when you would come out was just, it was just unbelievable. And when Daniel Bryan got to that level, I mean, I don't know that will ever be recreated by people, but that has to be something that's gratifying to you, that the people grabbed onto you. But how about being a part of what's going on now where you see The Undertaker, Sting comes out last night. I mean, you seem like a student of the game to be in the locker room and see these guys coming out and still getting the pops that they're getting. It's got to be pretty unique.
No, absolutely. And, right now we have a very competitive WWE locker room with the young talent that we have. We have guys, with the Dolph Zigglers and the Cesaros. You got guys like Kevin Owens and just Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, all that. I can sit here and just go through the list of names of the guys that are just hungry and talented here. And then to see what NXT is doing with that brand and what Triple H is doing with NXT and just the style matches that they're having and how they're raising the competition level. And to see these guys that I grew up watching come out here and still able to go and still able to do this, and they add such a tremendous element to our shows, to our hardcore fan base, and to kids that are just that maybe don't know them, but it's to be a part of all that and to be around all that and to have a mutual respect with all these guys. There's nothing cooler in the world for me, and seeing guys like Sting that I grew up watching, and Undertaker, who I've taken elements of what they've done and add them to my game. It's humbling to have them back here, and because those guys chose to live their lives a certain way and do what they did. That directly impacted me and what I chose to do with my life and whatnot. So it's cool to kind of see that pattern play out, and I always keep that in my head because you never know what kind of impact you're having on the younger generation.
Well, we know he's ready for his next challenge. He was victorious over The Miz in the Big Show at SummerSlam, and last night as part of a 8-man tag. Tonight, getting ready for SmackDown in Rhode Island. A very busy schedule. He'll be coming to Wildwood, New Jersey at the Wildwoods Convention Center. Tickets are on sale 7:30 September the 5th. And I know you were a part of Tough Enough in the last incarnation. Now that's back on, and fans can watch that tonight to see kind of a part of the path that you took to get here. But really cool to catch up with you. A lot of success, and keep the energy up, man. It's always a lot of fun watching you perform.
Thank you very much, and come on out. We got Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, the big guy Ryback, and the big show all in the house. So come out and see us.
That's going to be a lot of fun. September 5th. Yeah, make sure if you've never been to a live event, get there and see all the guys perform in action. Ryback, everybody, congratulations on the win, and keep up the great work, man.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a good one.